Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live recording of the Managing Partners podcast. My name is Kevin Daisey, and I'll be your host. Also, one of the founders of Array Digital. We work with law firms to help them grow online, SEO, organic, high-quality leads. So if you need anything like that, let us know. But, as on the show, we bring on different guests from all over the country and different practice areas to learn from the managing partners themselves what they're doing, how they're growing their firms, what it's been like for them up until now, what it looks like for them in the future, and hopefully that can be something you can learn from. So the show is, most of our audience is attorneys, and so hopefully enjoy what Mr. Williams here has to share. So Wayne Williams, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Kevin. Pleasure to be on with you today. I appreciate the invitation. It's always great to see a true professional like yourself and a fellow Eastern Shoreman, so it's an exciting day.
So you said a fellow Eastern Shoreman. So everyone listening that is from other areas of the world, we're local to each other, actually. So he's here in Virginia. So I live in Virginia Beach, but we're from an area of Virginia called Eastern Shore of Virginia. And that's where Wayne's from. That's where I'm from. And so we share that bond. So if you're looking at a map, look at the eastern edge of Virginia on the water on the coast. And there's like a small strip of land. Well, that's where we're from. So it's not much going on there. A lot of farms, a lot of slow talking people.
Mm-hmm. Well, I appreciate
a lot of fishing and hunting.
Appreciate you saying that, Kevin. That's what I tell people. If you see a map of Virginia, you don't see your nice little peninsula to the side there, then you don't have a true map of Virginia like yourself. You probably mentioned that to people when they're advertising. You're going to advertise, or you're going to be a politician, you're going to market or ask for votes in Virginia, you better have the Eastern Shore involved, because while we don't live there anymore, that's still our homeland. So still a great place, great people.
Oh yeah, and then it's if you look on a map, you're like, oh, it's on the coast and it's on the ocean, and it's got a bay on the other side, so it offers a lot. But it's a cool place to be from, and small towns, a lot of small towns and areas up there. So and look at us, big time. We're on a show.
That's right. On a show, Kevin Daisey and Wayne Williams. You can't get any better than that.
Our moms will be proud.
Yeah.
So Wayne, obviously here on the show, I want to learn more about yourself and your firm, what you've been up to, and hopefully others can learn from what you're doing. Tell us more about, how you got started, why you became an attorney, and kind of what that journey was like for you.
Yeah, sure, Kevin. I appreciate it again. Yeah, I guess it probably started in childhood, Kevin. I've talked to a lot of my fellow attorney friends, but my mother repeatedly told me I like to argue. So she early on, whether it was getting dressed for church or going to an event, I would apparently negotiate my way into trying to put on what I would like to wear. So I think it started at that point, childhood. My mother mentioned it to me, and I had a grandfather who started law school and didn't finish. So that's what kind of got me on that path to wanting to become a lawyer.
And where'd you go to school?
I went, first off, I was a proud graduate of Nanville High School on the Eastern Shore, where we grew up, and then went on to the University of Virginia, where I got my undergraduate degree in history. So I've always been in the Commonwealth, and then went locally to Regent University for my law degree, and where I've been in Hampton Roads for the last 25 years.
Excellent. Okay, cool. So what was it, once you came out and got out of school, what was the path there? Did you go work for another firm? Did you, what was your start like there?
Right. Well, like many attorneys, there's a lot of great lawyers in the area, and I worked for a couple other lawyers to start with, a smaller boutique law firm that did civil insurance defense and criminal work, a great local attorney who was a mentor, and then worked for a statewide law firm that did work all over the Commonwealth of Virginia. Always been in the civil litigation realm, Kevin, and I used to be on the defense side of the practice of civil litigation. That's what insurance defense is. I'm sure most of the lawyer listeners will understand. Now, plaintiff's personal injury attorney, so transitioned to the other side after working for the defense for a couple of years. But we see a lot of great training, a lot of courtroom experience, and all local courts all over the Commonwealth of Virginia. So it was great training, great experience. So I did that for the first 8 years of my career, and then Williams DeLoatche, we started back in 2008, and we've been in business since that time. So over 14 years.
Excellent. And that's a pretty typical path that I hear interviewing lots of attorneys, and how they came out and find their way and ended up going into sometimes opposite of what they started in, as far as getting their feet wet. Everyone listening, first off, so you learn more about Wayne and can connect with him and his firm, you can take a look at his website. It's wd-law.com. So if you're listening on audio, it's wd-law.com. You got a brand new website here recently, I believe, right?
Right. Yeah. We recently redid our website. Marketing, as you know, Kevin, is a constant work in progress. So we're redoing the website, constantly working to work with the online world to get our messaging out there and our branding so people know who we are. We certainly love the face-to-face, but the online world is a necessity in today's world. I know your company does that good work in that area.
Well, your new website looks great. I just saw it today, actually, so I knew you were working on it because I gave Wayne a little bit of crap about his website, and he's like, "Well, hold on, we got a new one coming." I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I'll wait to give you my feedback." So,
no, it's a nice hood and let me know how it looks. You've seen the outside looks nice. You'll have to tell me what's under the hood sometimes if you want to.
Sure, that's more important usually than what it looks like. So, but yeah, it looks good. So, take a look at his website. I think it looks good. It's clean. It's not overpowering. It's not got too much going on. That's just my initial take on the website. So I think it looks good. It's clean. The brand looks cleaned up, especially from what you had. So kudos on doing that.
Thank you.
So let's talk more about your firm. So what do you focus on? What areas geographically are you focused on? Also, any other attorneys listening that might be nearby or referral partners, I'll always like to try to make those connections if we can. But tell us, what is your main focus as a firm right now? And we'll talk about that first.
Okay, thanks, Kevin. Again, personal injury is the main focus, and personal injury, as most lawyers know, covers a gamut of areas. Majority of it's, a lot of car accidents, dog bites, and a lot of subcategories. Basically, anything through the fault of another in which someone's injured. Unfortunately, as I tell everybody that walks in the door, sorry to have you in this office today because I don't like to see people get injured, but unfortunately, things happen in life, and that's what we're here for. So they come in the door, a variety of different issues. So personal injury is the sole focus of this law firm, which goes in a myriad of ways. Another big part of our practice is now nursing home negligence and abuse, so looking after loved ones who are not cared for in facilities. We have a lot of aging population. People are living longer, which is wonderful on one hand, and on the other hand, that opens up some issues. Dealing with the elderly and our loved ones is difficult, and if they're put in the wrong situation, and that's always tough for everybody to put someone in a facility or trust to put a loved one in the hands of someone else. So that's what we're for on that side of things. So nursing home abuse and neglect is another large focus of our practice at this time. But it all falls under the umbrella of personal injury.
Excellent. Well, that's good. I mean, typically I see, we work with a lot of personal injury firms, and I've talked to a lot as well. And they typically find that kind of niche area like nursing homes or, a particular area that they're fit in and they can stand out, and they kind of go after that. So that's good that you have established that. And so cool. So, and as far as your area, how much of Virginia do you really focus on?
Well, that's the exciting part for us now, Kevin. I mean, the world is kind of a shrunken place thanks to the internet, and you can reach people all over. But we not only reach people online, we have various locations now. So our main office is here in Virginia Beach, where I'm located now. But we have an office over on the eastern shore of our homeland there in a small place called Keller, which also focuses on personal injury there. And in addition, we have an office now in Roanoke, Virginia. So we can pretty much cover from the mountains to the sea, and we're looking to expand further with another partnership in the Northern Virginia. So at this point, we also from Virginia Beach can easily access through 64 corridor up to Richmond. We do a lot of work up there, all the way up as far as Charlottesville. So we, quite frankly, Kevin, I think we can cover a case anywhere, and we have a lot of experience all over the Commonwealth of Virginia, and we have locations to serve people in almost anywhere they need us. Certainly in Hampton Roads, we have a lot of military people who come and go all over the place. So we can also handle cases for clients that have an instance out of state. in certain stages. But, if someone's local that's, has something happen out of state, they can certainly still call us. Something you mentioned earlier I didn't talk about was referrals, but or resources. Being in Hampton Roads 20 years, I've worked with a lot of different lawyers in all areas of law. So we don't practice in other areas, but we have referral partners who we value. If someone has a family law issue or strong criminal issue or a bankruptcy issue or any myriad of other issues, we have partners that we can refer people to, and they in turn refer to us, which we greatly appreciate. And then nothing better than a referral. That's a stamp of approval of our services, and we want to give the same if someone of our clients or someone else just needs a referral to another lawyer.
That's excellent. Yeah, it's great to put those partnerships into place. Again, like you're saying too, if it's something that you don't even focus on at all, to establish those partners and connect with those other attorneys is a great way. And you can't beat a referral. I can't beat a referral. If someone refers me an attorney, it's the best thing that I can get. Yeah. So speaking of that, let's get into what are you doing? What's worked for you outside of referrals? So whether that's online or some advertising or publications or awards, is there anything that you would say that's worked, outside of your referral sources that you've done?
Well, in 14 years, Kevin, as you know, we've tried a lot of different things. In the world, it's interesting to look back over what happens over the course of 14 years. And I'm sure as you can attest, things happen so rapidly and things change so quickly. When we first started doing this, the key was the back of the phone book. Does anybody know what a phone book is anymore? That's in our driveway.
What are you talking about?
There's no paper anymore, but we have gone through journeys and tried lots of different things. I think networking is a constant work in progress. I keep saying that, work in progress.
I see you around out there.
Yeah, so we were like a lot of other people. We appreciate looking at a new website. We also certainly do a lot of social media, keep our names out there. We we're big involvement in the community. We like to do things that gets back to the referrals and touching people on a daily basis. But a lot of it is using the online platforms to let people know what we're doing in the community, what successes we're having, things like that. But I would say, we've had failures on old platforms of things where we try to do things with certain companies that are now outdated. But in today's world, working with Google Leads, things like that, we're using those, and we're trying a lot of online things. But again, it's trial and error. We have a marketing director in-house who does that for us. That's helping work with another outside company that works. So it's a combination of in-house activity and understanding and explaining who we are as a law firm, and working with other professionals like companies like yours. I'm sure you serve and do a great job for a lot of people. That it's a combination of the two. I think that's what works for us. Some of the sub issues end up not being as successful as others, but we use our budget and resources as we best can.
Well, I think you make a good point there. It has to be a two-pronged approach. So you can't just be a lawyer and a firm with only an agency or someone like us to just try to carry everything and not have your messaging straight and your how you want to be represented, and you need some in-house help to bring all that together. And an agency or someone like me, say I'm in California and I was doing your marketing, I can't help you with community events. I can't do some of the on the ground things that are still necessary. So it's easy to be like, oh, digital marketing is the only thing you should do. That's not true.
Right.
You need to be a component, and you need to be a good relationship with that team so that you can communicate what you need to, so they can do a good job. So,
right. I think you're the delivery platform. You have the expertise of the delivery. But we as a law firm, Williams DeLoatche, it's our brand. It's who we are, how we treat our customers, how we, our clients are our lifeblood, and we take good care of them. We spend time with them, and we want, the community to understand that if they ever need us, that's what we're here for. And marketing and advertising is the ability to demonstrate that and share that to the community. And, I'm sure you get to know your clients better over time. But like you said, it's up to us, the business owner, to deliver the messaging and the information you need, or our partners to present it to the community.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, you're spot on. One of the things you mentioned, and I asked you this the other day, actually. So I'm talking to I was talking to a personal injury firm, and they were asking me about the local service ad. So for any lawyers listening, Google has the ads, not Google ads. There's ads that are at the top with the stars. So, and there's like a little green plus or like a check mark, and it says Google guaranteed or whatever. Those are called LSAs or local service ads. And so I get a lot of questions about those, and we have some clients that are doing those, and I reached out to Wayne the other day actually. But how are those doing for you? Because I hear mostly negative things like, yeah, they don't really produce. There's low quality, low quality, but you show up and you get some brand awareness. But what has been your experience with those LSAs, and should other attorneys go through the process to get Google certified or guaranteed? And if so, when they're putting money towards it, how have those performed for you?
Well, we're relatively new to it, Kevin. We've been using it a couple months, and I would say it's like anything. I've seen some successes. I think it will work, but I think it's part of your global strategy. If you have a strong total marketing plan, I think they can work for you. I like the fact that it keeps Google accountable to get you the right leads, because a big part of any business is marketing to the public and let the public understand what you do. Lawyers is a broad topic. Marketing is just a broad topic. I have friends and family who sometimes who I've known for years and spend hours and hours with, and then they'll mention a legal, personal injury case or something, and they'll say, "Oh, I didn't know you did that." So it's a constant, it's a constant reminding people and letting them know what you do. I mean, that's what marketing is for online, but then on the fact of just talking to people. So, but as far as those ads, when you get the wrong ad, you don't have to pay for it. It'll back that up. I get a call that
you can dispute it, right?
Dispute it. If they don't read your messaging and you don't know what, if the person says, "Oh, I'm calling for a divorce lawyer," let's say, that's not something we do. So that's not a lead. So that gets kicked back.
Nice.
But I think if it does fit the right case, a personal injury case, certainly it can work. But I think it's part of a global strategy. I think it's difficult to say that just looking at that for people who have success or failure is going to depend on a total strategy.
Yeah, I actually one client telling me that they don't get great results in cases from it, but their face shows up at the top and it's good. They feel it's worth it just for their brand to show up there. So like you're saying, if I search for a personal injury attorney and I knew you for years and then your face shows up in your name, I'm like, oh crap, I know Wayne. I didn't know Wayne did that. Right. Or there's some recognizable. So it's if you're listening, it's these LSA ads, what I call them. It'll show like Wayne's photo and how many star ratings he has. And honestly, I think they should be working great based on how they show up, because it gives people what they need, just like a restaurant. I see how many star ratings. If I want to look in more, I can click and see how many reviews you have, what they say, and make an educated decision if I want to take the next step. And so what Google is doing with those, they're trying to get you to make that decision right there on their third-party page. Instead of going to Wayne's website, they can just do it right there. And so, which is totally fine. You don't need to have someone go to your website if you don't have to. If they want to give you a call at the map listings, they can do that too. So I would think they would work better than I've heard, but I appreciate your feedback, because I do have a lot of questions about those things. So
it's a year by year basis, or month by month, or hour by hour when it comes to Google. It seems like you would know better than I, but it's a constantly changing situation.
And it really is. It's we live by Google as far as we do, and for our clients. And there's you can be in the LSA ads, you can be in the Google ads, you can be in organic for maps, and you can be organic for lower. So that's your opportunities. And where do you show up? How do you show up? Do you show up? And you can pick one of those or try to go for all of them, right? And each of them have different results, and you're going to have a different experience. So it's just good to get that feedback, because I think everyone's like, well, where should I put my money? Where should I show up? And, I always tell folks, if you want to show up tomorrow and have phone calls immediately, because that's where you are as a company, like you're struggling or you just need the leads tomorrow, then you're going to do Google ads or like the ads that we're talking about, the LSA ads, because they can turn on quickly and you can be up there. But if that's not your concern and you want higher quality and you want a steady stream over time that grows, then you want to do SEO. You want to do organic. And no one usually wants to wait for that, though. And if you got the budget, you do both, and you attack it from both sides. So I get those questions pretty much all the time, and people are trying to understand, what the differences are and how long does SEO take, and does it actually work, and all that stuff. So, anyone's got any questions about that, let me know.
Trial and error, Kevin. Obviously you put out your best product, but it's trial and error. There's no magic bullet per se. It's the time and hard work. Like everything in life, it takes time and hard work.
It does, and then every firm and every different market and every different practice area is going to be different. So, you have to do it for you, and it's got to be specific to what you're doing. So, absolutely. So let's see, what's your plan? So you now have, you got the Keller office in Eastern Shore, you got Virginia Beach, which I've been in your office, really nice. You've been redoing that. And now you have the Roanoke office. So what are your plans really for, let's say, the next 3 to 5 years? What's your growth plans, whether it's bringing on more attorneys, or you're just trying to scale up in quality of cases? What's kind of your goals?
Well, I think the two go kind of hand in hand, what you just mentioned. We want to grow our firm, but grow it the right way, grow with the right people. Obviously our employees are crucial to our business. They serve our clients. So we're very, we want to pick the right team members here. We're a team here at Williams DeLoatche and everything we do. So, the growth pattern is to grow the Virginia Beach office. Our Eastern Shore office is as we discussed, it's a smaller community, but that's my home area. I know the people over there, but my partners and employees can serve everyone over there. I love to be over there with the people of the Eastern Shore. And then our partner at Roanoke, Steve Baker, is an attorney out there. He would be the lead partner out there eventually and grow that part of the practice out there, as well as our expansion in the DC area too. So we're looking to grow all over the state and grow to a size. We want to be lean and mean. That we want to be able to serve our clients. Our big message for us is that there's a lot of big law firms out there. You see them. They're encroaching all over, meaning getting bigger all nationwide. And I just traveled down south, and I've never seen so many billboards of lawyers down there in this. And I'm sure some of your clients can attest. I don't know if there are some of your clients, but
there might be.
The number of billboards I saw in the southern part of the country is amazing. But we want to be able to serve our clients and touch our clients. You call here, you can talk to me, you can talk to Jonathan DeLoatche. You'll talk to a lawyer. The bigger the law firm becomes more difficult for firms to talk to their actual clients. So that's our big message. And we want to be lean and mean. We want more clients, but we want our clients to know us. We want them to be able to talk to us, have access to us the best we can, or excellently trained staff members who can serve in our capacity if I'm not available, because we're stretched in a lot of directions. But the growth plan is to get bigger, but still being that personal service. Not we don't ever want to be a large those ABC corporations. So we all get on the phone and
Morgan and Morgan. You can be Morgan and Morgan. And Morgan and Morgan and Morgan. I don't know how many Morgans it is.
Yeah, a lot of more. Saw a lot of those billboards, but I'm sure they're a fine company, but they're just so large. We want to be. I want my clients to be able to access me if they need me.
Well, I think what you said. I think that's definitely kind of my goal as a company and a lot of entrepreneurs, that you grow, but you keep that culture and you keep that experience, as much as possible, right? and trying to do that is a difficult thing. It's like the hardest way to do it, right? And I think as law firms get bigger, or actually a lot of strategies are, they don't hire more attorneys, they just hire more paralegals and people to where you can't talk to the attorney, and the attorney only shows up like a doctor delivering a baby, like last minute, attorney, does what they need to do. And you have all these other folks in between
I can tell you've been in the delivery room before, Kevin.
Yeah,
so.
two times, and that's it. I'm never doing that again, hopefully.
Yeah.
But I got two awesome kids. But I always thought, man, the doctor was here for like 5 minutes. It's like
might have been
maybe.
a billable opportunity there, right? The last minute, I don't, So.
Yeah, so you're not paying for how much time, you're paying for what he knows. So.
Right. I think that's the point, though. We do, we hear from other clients, or they go with a larger outfit and they don't get that attention. They call here, they're very pleased, and they get to talk to us. And I'm not saying that these other large law firms can't provide excellent service over time, but we value the service. Talking to our clients, people really get to know us. It's not going through 7 layers of investigators, paralegals. I mean, I'm not saying that we don't have good people that can help our clients, but
yeah,
I touch base with my clients every month at least. So,
I mean, I wouldn't be a very happy client if I had to talk to a bunch of people, or if I had to even, just like our clients, if they had to call me to ask me what's going on with their account, then that's already a problem. So, I would want, if I was hiring an attorney, like I want to talk to the attorney and get as much detail as I can. And I would assume everyone's like that. If they can, they're going to want that. Absolutely. And especially say, personal injury case, it's a big deal. Or if you're a criminal case, that would be even bigger. Like you'd be more stressed, or bankruptcy, anything like that. Or divorce. I mean, you name it, across any practice area. You want to know what's happening and what the outcome might be as fast as possible. So
they're very emotional issues, of course, for the client. No one wants to be injured, and we don't want them to be injured. But you've got unpaid medical bills. You've got a lot of things that have to be dealt with. You've got stress on your life because what the insurance companies don't they don't have the same level of care about that our clients have, because they're the ones suffering. They can't go to work as much. They're having trouble doing things. But to the insurance company, paying the claim, and that we get them paid over time, but they're in no rush, and they know that that's not personal, but to our clients, it's very important on a daily basis. It affects them day after day after day. It's not just a file in the office of an insurance adjuster who's going to get to it when they get to it. So it's our job.
And it's I've never had a personal injury case myself, but had like someone else's fault, like accident, or my business partner actually got hit by a car on a bike while he was riding his bike. He was fine, but still destroyed his bike, and but the insurance companies they go right for, you don't have a case, and they try to just get your mind off that real quick, so they're definitely looking out for themselves as a default.
Absolutely.
So you definitely have to have someone like yourself and a good firm that's going to handle that for you.
If I just say real quickly, Kevin, the important thing is for us either get us or get a good lawyer early on in the process, because the other thing about today's world is a lot of information flowing these days, a lot of cameras, a lot of body cam footages from officers, there's information everywhere, but over time that can dissipate. So, a lot of times we get calls from clients say, I want to think about it. I'll call a lawyer later, or call 2 years later, when they should have called somebody up front, because that process early on is very important. Not talking marketing we've been generally talking about just practice tips. Call a lawyer that can give you that information up front. Don't talk to the insurance company until you've talked to a lawyer, so you know what to say if you don't use the lawyer. But we're here a phone call away always. Free call, doesn't matter. We'll talk to you. If you don't take your case, at least you got some information.
Well, again, love what you're doing. Sounds like you got a great firm. I've met some of the folks over there at his building and his firm. So I think Wayne represents what most firms want to be and desire to be. And you got good growth plans. You're covering the whole state with your multi-locations and continue to grow that. But maintaining, again, the customer service and the culture is a huge part of it. So I think a huge learning lesson for most folks who are watching, especially if you're starting out a new firm, trying to start on your own, or even thinking about going on your own, establishing good networks with people obviously is important. And then, maintaining that, being available, structuring your company in a way that gives the service that it needs to in order to maintain and retain clients as well. is really important. So Wayne, I appreciate you sharing today and telling us your story and what you're all about. Anything else you want the audience to know, or maybe a young attorney that's about to start out on their own, hang their own shingle? What kind of advice would you give them?
Well, yeah, new lawyers, again, just you got to start with hard work. You got to, build your brand. Don't try to grow too fast. I mean, it's been a journey of 14 years, and I know a lot of lawyers. I've watched them, and I see them grow. So, start off with a solid plan. Good service is the key there, Kevin. Obviously, you got to be a good lawyer first. You got to be the business side is also important. You're wearing two hats when you start a business, but you got to be a good lawyer first, in my opinion, so you can offer the public the good services that are required. And then be a person of your word. If you say something, do something. So, grow smart. Don't grow just to try to grow. We all want to grow, but grow the right way. So build your brand. Like you said, meet a lot of good people, work around the community, talk to people, have good marketing people like your company and others that can take care of you. So, just have a great plan and work hard. As I would recommend to again the lawyer.
Integrity goes a long way.
Reputation.
That's it. Yeah. Well, good stuff. I appreciate you sharing. Again, if anyone wants to reach out or look Wayne up, wd-law.com. Wayne, is there any other way that people can reach out to you or connect with you on any social media? What do you prefer there?
Right. Well, our main office number is really easy to remember too. It's 757-547-5555. So we got that number. You can reach us to that number, or we're on all Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn, any of the platforms that you'd see, Instagram. Anyway, you can find us any way you can find us. But that website, which I'm proud Kevin has given his endorsement to, is a good way to find all that information about who we are, how we serve the community, our results, the reviews, which we are hard-earned reviews from happy clients we're very appreciative of, and our involvement in the community. So the website's probably the best way, but you can find us out there on a lot of other platforms. But
awesome.
I appreciate the opportunity to be on with you today, Kevin, and hopefully we'll get together on the Eastern Shore at some point and maybe have a crab cake or some sustenance on the shore sometime.
Absolutely, sir. No, I appreciate you coming on and sharing your story. It's always good to have someone local on, and especially from the shore, which you're probably the first and only. So that's just send you like a trophy or something.
Yes, I appreciate it. So.
Crab cake.
Or maybe a bushel of oysters. I always appreciate
or a can of Old Bay seasoning.
Old Bay seasoning goes on everything.
Goes on everything. Awesome. Well, Wayne, thanks so much again. Everyone, if you want to tune in to all the episodes, we have, I always kind of guess, but over 240, I think, episodes live on the website. Might be more than that. I think we've had almost 300 guests. So we try to bring the best guests we can on to share different perspectives, different practice areas in different geographic areas. So hopefully y'all can learn from different folks. But there's a ton of episodes online on our website. If you go to raylaw.com/podcast, it's also on every platform, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and others. So take a look at that, and hopefully you'll find some value in it. If you want to be on the show, reach out to us. You can email me, kevin@thisisarray.com, or just go find me on social media, Instagram, DM, LinkedIn. You can find me anywhere. Just Google my name. And then if you do need help with marketing or just have questions, happy to talk to you. Just like Wayne, I'm available. You can reach me. I talk to people all the time and do free consulting. I know I shouldn't probably have the time, but if you just have questions, I'm happy to point you in the right direction. Whether or not you can use us or want to, it doesn't matter. So reach out, and you can go to raylaw.com and check us out. Wayne, I'll see you soon. You can stay on with me. We'll talk backstage, but everyone else, thank you and have a blessed day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Take care.
Bye.